Welcome to our channel. I'm Jameer.
I'm Vinny.
And this is where we review one movie.
With two opinions.
And of course, the final take. We got it. We fucking did it. We
Bang.
we did it.
Play our little swoop intro. And then...
Maybe we could add a little bloopers in there too, just to make it seem a little bit more funny.
Somewhere there.
Okay.
All right. First things first, Jameer. Did you have any idea with what you were seeing when you went to watch this movie?
Nah, I went into it completely... I go into every movie blind. I don't watch trailers. That's one thing about me. We'll get into it later. I don't watch trailers. I usually go into every single movie blind because I think trailers are just spoilers. So...
Which... it's wrong. But anyways, that's not what we're here to discuss.
We're not here to get into it yet.
So, the tone of the movie, since you experienced it without watching any trailers, whereas I watch trailers, get informed based on the movie beforehand, what did you think hearing just the title alone and how that movie flows into the state that it reaches?
When you hear the invite, you think of... When I first heard of it, when you first introduced it to me, I thought it was just going to be a little bit of a drama or something obviously, a party. Mm-hmm. Hell of a party.
They had a great party.
Hell of a fucking party.
They lived it up.
They lived it up.
At least attempted to.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely attempted.
We'll get into that, but I was expecting it to be very slow based, but it got into it pretty quick, man. It got into it, it started off, the first 10 minutes were a little slow, but you can't just get right into it when you start the movie, right?
No.
It has to be some sort of build up.
Once he gets off his bike and he gets home, it's kind of the movie just... Because it goes, oh, we're at this stage where no clue what's going on yet, haven't met the cast, haven't done nothing. Mm-hmm. And then you get there, and it's just rapid. It's just Olivia Wilde going nuts, Seth Rogen going nuts, which, honestly, I didn't think Seth Rogen could deliver a performance like this. You're talking about the guy who plays Bob in Monsters, Inc. He plays the little blue fucker. And he's actually Alan the Alien in Invincible. His facial expressions throughout the film could tell you the movie almost on its own because of his reactions to everything going on around him and how shocked he really was to be hearing, as the movie develops and goes forward, hearing how weird his neighbors actually were and his obsession with the loud noises.
How weird they were. How weird. No.
They were loud. As you know, his neighbors were loud, played by Edward Norton, who delivers a great performance as well, and Penelope Cruz. She... I
love Penelope Cruz.
Why is that?
I love Penelope Cruz. I watched The Bride. That was my first ever movie I watched with Penelope Cruz in it, and she's a very good actor. That's all I have to say. I'm a fan of hers.
I bet you. I bet you are, especially in this movie.
Oh, of course. Seth Rogen had the dream role. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So and that's another thing too. Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde. Seth Rogen is Joe, and Olivia Wilde is Angela. Mm-hmm. And the way how their chemistry, it gave you a real life feel of a real life couple and what marriage kind of feels like. I mean, I'm not married, but
we aren't married.
That's kind of how I would view that it would feel. And it's weird how I feel that dynamic, even for people who aren't married like us, how you kind of feel that's what a marriage feels like in a way.
If there's one thing that I want to say about this movie, you can sit there and you can kind of put yourself in their shoes. If there's one thing that really can draw me into a movie, it's where if I can relate to it, or not necessarily relate to it, but if I can just put myself into their shoes or just make it seem like I'm playing in the movie itself. And I feel like they did a pretty good job in doing so because Seth Rogen was very relatable in a lot of moments in the movie. I thought it was so funny because from one point he transitioned to, these guys are just fucking creating a scene. I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind. I'm fucking sick of this shit. To the next second when a whole orgy's being planned out. this guy just he turned like that, and I'm like, oh my god, dude.
That was,
I love Seth for
just,
that shit, man.
That
was hilarious. I was dying.
When that whole thing started to happen, I was like, what the how did we get here?
I know, it just one thing went to another. Like, you felt the vibe as soon as Olivia Wilde and Edward Norton, when they went off, and then they had their little scene where it was just when they both split off, like, you had a vibe, or you had a little catch of what was going on right there. And then she was speaking nice to him, or like he took a interest to like the way how she likes to decorate things on or interior decorate and stuff like that, or just like how she likes to put stuff, or like how she takes a lot of passion and pride into it. And then he took an interest into that, and then it just like it set her off the edge, because Seth, her husband in the movie, didn't really give two shits about that or anything like that at all. And then it's just, you can see the dynamic where it's just like one little thing can just lead to another, you know?
Yeah, you gotta stop and get wine. You gotta stop and get wine.
I almost forgot about that. Yeah, you gotta get the wine.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah,
as a wine lover myself, you gotta stop and get the wine, or else, things can get chaotic.
That movie was shot in one apartment. There was a couple scenes right in the beginning where you see Seth Rogen biking home and at his school teaching, and then it's just in that room, and it's so hectic, and like everything feels so close and yet so far in some of these scenes where like Seth Rogen and Penelope go and they start smoking a joint.
Real.
And so this
real
is like halfway through the movie, and you're just like, you still kind of have no real feel of what this movie is up until like that scene, and you start seeing them get a little closer, and you're like, what is going on here? And the comedy in this movie, my god, the comedy, oh my god,
I haven't laughed like that in quite some time. And let me tell you, comedies, they're obviously meant to make you laugh, but just out of pocket, just
blunt. It was
blunt. Great. It was great, and that's the type of shit I like. Like,
it's just
out of pocket, blunt. Just say it how it is, And then it was like almost as if they just. The director, who's the director of this?
It's actually Olivia Wilde, the girl who plays Angela in the movie.
Shit, look at that. Yeah,
she had some bad movies.
She got in her bag on this, but let me say,
yeah, she got a hit.
She got in her bag. I wouldn't know, but for this movie, in my opinion, she got in her bag, because she just said, you know what? This is the message that we're trying to get, or this is like the theme that we're trying to give to the movie. Let's just be ourselves. Let's just play it natural. Go off the top of our minds, and let's see like what we can make out of this. And I feel like that's exactly what they did in this movie, and it was very funny.
It felt like they weren't even acting. It felt like they were having a conversation,
just like
some scenes it looked like they were holding back laughter for the people who weren't supposed to be, and
then there's also moments too where like I feel like they added it in the movie too, like where like some moments where it would be funny, and then like you catch the live reaction, like let's just say of Ed Hawke, and then you just see like laughing, and then it's like they keep that because like you actually did laugh in real time, but like it was funny, or it was awkward.
Out of pocket movie. It was just so out of pocket, and it was just like, how the hell are we even getting here? Like I watched the trailer and I didn't even know where that was leading into that. The scenes where they finally agreed to do the orgy, but they say the two experienced, which are Hawke and Pina, Edward Norton and Penelope, and they go, they're not quite yet ready for that. So they go and they separate in the twos, and you just see Seth Rogen just standing there like he's in heaven, just not moving.
Bro,
he's not moving.
That's what I mean, like when it comes to relatable and shit like that, because Seth Rogen is me.
You've been there.
No. I never said I've been there. But I'm just saying, if I was in that situation,
just saw a pair of, and you just go, wow, I can't move.
And the way that she was just talking to him too, and just
in Spanish even.
Yeah, she would have got me. I ain't gonna lie. She had me.
She had you.
She had me. Thank you.
And then the whole Hawke and Angelina, that when she's like starting to be like, okay, we're getting into this, and she just is sitting there and she's hearing Seth Rogen talking during whatever Seth Rogen's getting, And she's just like, wow, he doesn't make those sounds with me. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, this is insane. And they weren't even doing anything. That's the best part, which obviously we'll get into that. But she's sitting there and she's like, all right. So then Edward Norton's like, want me to show you how I make Pina make those types of noises.
Oh my goodness. And then she's just like, Just, I'm like, oh goodness.
Can't even say any words. But then Seth Rogen's back gives out and it just ruins the vibe for all four.
Bro.
Just the slow burning vibe ruining. He's just and he's just standing there. And he's just
I know. And the thing is too, he's bitching about his back. Nah, it was great. It was great.
And that's another thing too. The end of the movie, it starts to take a turn where it gets more serious about like life and marriage life and being with someone for so long and building on life like that.
Again, wouldn't know anything about that at all. Very inexperienced in that.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Not even close. But go on.
But Penelope Cruz is sitting there talking to Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde, and she's like, "You two don't love each other." And then the scene when she's like, "When's the last time you two had sex?"
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that. And then
she's just like, "It's been a year." And she's like, "This relationship is over."
Cooked. It's over. Just like that. It's cooked. And I'm like, ugh. And then they just sat there and then they realized, like, shit, maybe it is cooked.
Yep. And then Edward Norton, who really we haven't really talked much about, but he was good in this movie with the lines he had. And
yeah. He played the role of Hawk, the firefighter.
Which we also didn't even touch. But there's not really much
to say about that. Yeah, firefighter. It's not like we really got into deep in the depth of his background and stuff like that. But you could actually see something like this happening in real life, where like you have like this random couple that just they're freaks. And they don't really care. Like, there are people out there, believe it or not, in this world that are like that. They don't give two shits about. They what they say? What was the line? I have pleasure in seeing my partner.
Yeah, I get pleasure
from another.
Too much.
Way too. This could never be.
This being a first review, and this is the movie we picked.
What a start, eh? What a start. Where the fuck was my invite?
Yeah, you wanted to go to that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're good off that.
I'll be there.
Nah,
I'll be there.
I'm good off that.
You're good. I'll be there.
We haven't even done this yet. What is your review of the movie? What would you give it?
What would I give it? Out of 5 stars?
Yep, out of 5 stars. That's what Letterboxd is. And Letterboxd is the standard of this.
Yes. So out of 5 stars, my overall experience. Do you want me to tell you like what I went into it expecting, then give you?
Yeah, go in with what.
When I went into it, I expected it to be 3.5. 3.5. Like, I wasn't expecting it to blow me off my seat or anything like that, because comedy isn't really my thing. In terms of what it was trying to accomplish, I laughed a lot. It was exactly, I could say, what I would want out of a comedy. The only thing that I would really like give a knack of it was it was too short. It was too short. Like, it was great. And
it was a tight movie. It was tight with its runtime, and
I just wish at the end, you know, like when they said it was cooked, like I just wish that we got to. I mean, here's another thing too. They brought up the daughter and like Maggie. We never once saw Maggie.
Not one time.
Not one time did we see Maggie in this movie, and I just wanted to see, like, obviously at the end. Spoiler alert. They get I'm assuming they get divorced, and
well, that's the thing. It's kind of an open mind, because he starts playing the piano again, and he starts finding the things that he likes, and she comes out, and she eventually does rest her shoulder on him, and then it cuts to black. So it's like it's an open-ended type of ending. If you feel like they committed to the divorce, then they got divorced. If you feel like they fixed everything,
they didn't fix shit. There ain't nothing to
see,
fix in that
that's your-
relationship.
I think they were gonna get a fix on it because that's
No
when he started
way.
playing that piano again. Because throughout the movie, she said, "You don't even look at this piano anymore because you have no care for it. You don't love it. You gave it up."
Yeah, she's like, oh, you get pissed off whenever you even like come close to it or even get near it or something like that. Like, damn.
Yeah, they couldn't touch it. So him playing it, and then eventually you could see her fingers around the keys as well playing. An ending where, to me, it looks like they're gonna get back together. Which for you, you're saying it doesn't. but-
Not even close.
See, I think that's what that's
Like,
saying.
it's kind of like what Penelope said in the movie too. She is like, if you guys are gonna stay together, it's mainly gonna be for the child. And like, do you really want to live that reality? Like,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna be miserable together. You guys don't actually love each other. You're just together for the child. And is that fair to her? Because she's just gonna watch you guys just basically torture yourselves just to make something work that's not really there.
Well, that's why I feel like this movie is so good because it's the comedic elements they're high as high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then
But the serious moments are as serious, which is what
I like my
gets people to
serious.
like.
I love my serious moments
Yeah.
too. So, and if it was meant to be a dramedy, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So,
So, what would you officially give it?
I give it a 4. I give it
You
4
give it a
stars.
4?
4 stars. 4 stars.
You're a little higher on it than me. I give it a 3.5. Once again, what I said, the comedic elements are so high, and the serious moments are so serious, and it blended so well together. They never overlapped a serious moment with a comedic serious moment. They let them both breathe in their own ways. I guess it's safe to say that we both agree on it being a 3.75 out of 5.
Exactly.
Because
Combined review
it's
from the
combined
both
review.
of us.
So,
It's obviously a movie that we could say that go watch it.
Yep,
Go watch it. Go
recommend it.
enjoy it. Especially if there's no such thing as a filter in your vocabulary, this is your kind of movie.
leave us your final take in the comments below.
Thank you for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear recommendations for movies that you'd want us to watch and
Review on.
review on, That's what we're here for. We're here to give you your honest opinion, and thank you for joining us on this little journey that we're starting. And
We'll see where it goes. But
it's where it all begins, so
this is the beginning. The final take's not even on anymore.
it's not even on. We've been rambling on for so long that it's
on mountains. Well, we'll see you on the next one.